Number 20, a rose farthing of King Charles I. These coins were made of copper alloy and were authorized in 1636 and struck until the end of 1644. The two scepters represent England and Scotland inside a larger inner circle and the reverse a double rose. This coin is a type 1 rose farthing. There is also a type 2 with a smaller inner circle and a single rose on the reverse. King Charles I was executed in 1649 outside Banqueting House in Whitehall, London, after his long battle with the government. He was the last King of England, Scotland and Ireland to be executed. Number 19. A late medieval dating 1400 to 1500 AD copper alloy domed thimble. The top is smoothly domed. The body is circular with indentations and vertical rows over the whole of the exterior surface, all the way to the base. Number 18. A complete English post-medieval copper alloy farthing trade token issued by Richard Terry of Hammersmith in London, dating to 1648 to 1672. Copper alloy trade tokens were first struck in 1648. In 1656, halfpenny tokens were introduced. 1674, by royal decree, production of trade tokens ceased. Trade token I found might relate to the Watermen's Arms in Hammersmith. The building has now been demolished. Number 17. It's a halfpenny copper coin of King William III and Queen Mary II. Coins in the late 17th century didn't seem to survive that well in the River Thames. It's my first and only Thames find of William and Mary. The obverse shows quite clearly the portrait, but the reverse, Britannia facing left, with the date probably 1694 right below Britannia, is not very clear. It would have been the same year that Queen Mary dies and King William III becomes the sole ruler until 1702. The portrait shows William facing right and Mary next to him, also facing right. The Dutch Prince William married his cousin Mary, daughter of James II, in 1677. William was 27 years old and his cousin Mary was only 15. Together, William and Mary took the throne as joint rulers of England, Scotland and Ireland between 1689 to 1694. Number 16. A scabbard chape, dating 17th to 18th century. The name chape possibly comes from the Latin cappa. It is the piece by which an object is attached to something, and a scabbard is a cover for a sword or a dagger. The lowermost terminal mount of a scabbard is where the chape is, to protect the sharp edge from the inside. Number 15 is a 17th century circular padlock. The front plate and body have been cast separately. There are 4 circular lugs at the top. The opposing lugs would have been pieced with an iron axial bar connecting them, which is now missing. I've improvised a type of hasp, but the original hasp is no longer present. You would have entered a square perforation on the top of the padlock. There is a figure 8 shaped hole on the front of this padlock, with one pin visible projecting outwards from the internal locking mechanism. The front plate is decorated with an engraved foliate motif. Number 14. A post-medieval lead alloy syringe. The urethral syringe was used to treat syphilis, a sexual transmitted disease that can be fatal. Chemical analysis shows that it contained mercury, which was commonly used to treat people with syphilis during the early 18th century. Although mercury may alleviate some of the symptoms, taking too much of it can be fatal. Number 13. A post-medieval pewter spoon bowl dating to the 17th to the 18th century. There is a maker's mark and owner's mark stamped into the spoon bowl just below where the stem would have attached. The maker's mark is possible an eagle displayed within a beaded shield, and the owner's mark consists of the initials A and D. The back of the spoon bowl is blank. Number 12. Quadruple eyepiece monocular, made by George Simon Plossel, if my German is correct, an Austrian optical instrument maker. Today he is best known for the eponymous Plossel's telescope eyepiece, which follows his 1800s design. The silver-plated brass and copper small telescope is in almost perfect condition. Both lens and viewer are complete. The object was submerged in thick wet mud and unrecognizable until I got home and cleaned all parts separately and realized what it was at the time. Number 11. A bronze medal with the HMS Warspite symbol on the obverse and an athlete with the words long jump and the date 1938 on the reverse. So far I haven't been able to link the medal to the recipient, but I'm still working on it. The HMS Warspite symbol is a woodpecker, suggesting the Warspite would poke holes in enemy ships' hulls. She was a Queen Elizabeth class battleship built for the Royal Navy in 1910. In 1916, HMS Warspite was deployed to fight in the Battle of Jutland, the largest naval encounter between Britain and Germany during World War I. She participated in fleet actions against the Royal Italian Navy in World War II. She was damaged by German aircrafts during the Battle of Crete in 1941 and then repaired and sent to join the Eastern Fleet in the Indian Ocean in 1942. In 1944, HMS Warspite bombarded German positions during the Normandy landings. These actions earned her the most battle honours ever awarded to an individual ship in the Royal Navy. HMS Warspite was nicknamed Grand Old Lady. She was decommissioned in 1945 and ran aground tow in Cornwall, England in 1947. It is unfortunate that HMS Warspite was not preserved for future generations like HMS Belfast. It should really be HMS Warspite sitting proudly on the Thames today. The medal I found would have been awarded to someone who worked on the HMS Warspite. The recipient might have even fought World War II carrying this medal around his neck. I found this medal on the River Thames a few years ago, and my job now is to link the medal to the recipient. He might be still alive. If you have a member of your family or a friend who might have been on the HMS Warspite, please get in touch. Thank you.